Okay, so this is the first piece that I completed for January's show. And this, for those of you who have read the book or seen the movie, is obviously inspired by Chuck Palahniuk's book Fight Club. And this piece is entitled, at the end of the book, he winds up in an insane asylum. For those of you that think that is a typo, it is not. In the book, all of the comments are attributed to Joe. In the movie, I know it's Jack, but I was basing mine off the book because I am a librarian. So I just wanted, for the folks back at home, back in the States that aren't going to get to come see the show, I just wanted you to be able to see some of this stuff. So what I did was I went through the book and highlighted several times, highlighted out portions of the text that I really liked, and put some Caucasian flesh tone down on the canvas, and just kind of wrote that all out and layered it with some other stuff, and came back later and put this really gnarly looking bruise on. That this I know this looks kind of gruesome and probably not like your average bruise, but this was taken from a Google image of somebody's really nasty bruise, and the same deal with the sutures. I went and looked up how that was done and how gross that was. You can see there's like this kind of glistening stuff, and at one point, you know, I had thought that was going to look more like sweat when it was on the canvas, and for those adults out there, you can see it does not look like sweat. It looks like some other stuff. But you know what? If you read the book or seen the movie, then you know that is appropriate as well. Down here, a little bandage. It's vaguely in the shape of a kiss of a mouth. And again, if you're familiar with the story, you understand the significance of that. At the very bottom, I actually was using the anniversary edition, and the very last line, being tired isn't the same as being rich, but most times it's close enough. It was actually from, I guess, like the afterward chapter. And I really liked it, so I know it's not part of the story, but I included it. I'm trying to do this without making you throw up from watching me jiggle the camera around, but around the edge, I actually wrote out all of the Fight Club rules and then went back and censored them out, because I know that the movie has ended up being like a kind of an anthem for a lot of men, but I think it's important to note that the dude was insane. He was crazy, and the stuff that he was talking about, I mean, disenfranchised, yes, aren't we all? But blowing stuff up and beating people up and all that good stuff, he was cuckoo pants, man. So, but just having to write all this out. This canvas is, what is this? I think this is an 18 by 26 inch canvas. That is a lot of writing, y'all. And I really, you know, it was just like, ooh, all work and no play make Holly a crazy girl. What else do I want to say? The word I and lack, you can see they're different. I used like a paint that actually rises up off the canvas, so you can read it as I am Joe's complete lack of surprise, or you can just let the I lack pop out, which I thought that was a nice little play. And the fact that the am is disappearing, again, appropriate for the main character in the story. He is kind of disappearing into his other crazy self. So anyway, this is really for Mom, so she can see why she paid for art school, even though I ended up being a librarian. So, for what it's worth, this is the first piece of several that I need to get cranked out by next year.